Are we on the air?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, OTA Live is the name of the show. No bio tonight. Another exciting edition of OTA Talk. Once a month, man, we just bring in an artist, a special guest. You know what I mean? And just chop it up. Tonight, no exception. Ty, who we got tonight, man?
Hey, our guest tonight comes to us with 3 amazing albums under his belt. Been around for a second. He's got a serious story that we're gonna get into. All the way from ATL. Is it Decatur?
Where's Greater?
Where's Greater? You should have let me say that, all right? It's a pleasure to have Lloyd for another edition of OTA Talk. How you doing, man?
I'm a big fan of the show. Thank you for having me.
All right, Valentine's Day, so it's like you here to swoon the young ladies and do the things that R&B artists are supposed to do around this time.
Right. Unfortunately, all the rappers are singers now.
Oh!
So it's making it really hard for us R&B dudes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. We're going to get into that for a second.
Yeah.
Yo, let's take it back, because in doing research on you, and it's always good to do research on an artist. It's one thing to appreciate the music, but then you go back, you do the history, and you realize that there is more to the artist than just some hot songs.
Thank you.
N-Tune.
Yeah.
Let's go back.
That's the beginning.
N-Tune is the beginning.
I didn't even know what I was doing. I was still singing other people's songs, you know. I was still pissing in my pants before every show. No, literally, I used to get really bad bubble guts before every show and just lose it in the bathroom. You know, like just, I'm so nervous because, you know, I mean, you're 10 years old. Most of the kids my age was in school studying, I don't know what, social studies or the ABCs, and I was out on the road, you know, doing my thing. So it was an awesome experience.
Now, what's even more crazy is it's very rare that you got like a young up-and-coming artist like yourself that has that connection to the past, but little known fact to the people, and a lot of the kids probably don't even know who this woman is, but Joyce
Irby.
Yeah. Finderella
Irby.
Talk about her connection to you and how she helped you get to where you're at.
Joyce Irby discovered me in elementary school during a practice for a recital. Yeah. That was to be put on later that week for the parents and the teachers, you know. I went to performing arts school. My mom would see me, you know, on the baseball field as a kid, you know, playing sports, and just kind of like just losing it, doing like dance moves while the ball was literally flying towards me. And then it hit me in the face, and then it's like, yo, you think you're Michael Jackson? Like, did you catch the ball, you know? Yeah. And I just found out that music was something that I was just really heavily into. She kind of like saw me all the way out through it, and actually enrolled me into a really cool school in Atlanta called Avondale Elementary School of Performing Arts. They had a program there for special kids like myself.
Now, when you say special, you mean special. Like special, not as in...
Like kids that couldn't catch on a baseball field.
Yeah, for us kids that couldn't catch. Exactly. I joined the program. And I still don't know how to catch, but I learned how to hold that note. You know?
And just for the record, for the kids that don't know, we always try to put down some history. Joyce Finderella Irby is like, think about before En Vogue. Picture a group that wasn't just divas of the microphone. The group that she was a part of called Climax was divas of the drums, the keys.
I like to think of Joyce as almost like the Kurt Cobain. Of women music, rock and roll.
There. She would
mix rock and roll with hip hop. She actually did one of the very first records deemed collaboration between R&B and hip hop, where she teamed up with, I believe it was
Dougie Fresh.
Hey,
Mr. DJ.
Was like one of the very first collaborations. Yeah. And you know, just being around somebody like that when you're young, it's all positive because you just kind of get to sit back and learn. Yeah.
So, you know, you do the thing with N-Tune. You guys had a couple of joints that came out. I remember just even as like a dude collecting records and stuff, you guys had the songs out. Ready.
Yeah.
Was it Ready?
Ready. That was the first single.
That was the first single. And okay, so like most groups, and this seems to be like just the way it is, whether you go back to Motown or even now, you got the group and you got the person that kind of stands out a bit, and that person goes solo. What was that situation like for you? Being
solo was never my intention. I'll say that now. It was just the way God planned it to be. Yeah. You know, everything happens for a reason. and opportunity is all around us. It's just, are you ready to receive it? I think that being in the music game at such a young age, 10 years old, I remind you, I signed my first deal. I was so kind of overwhelmed by the whole idea of it all, you know, that I didn't want to let it go. I wasn't ready. And when, you know, usually it wasn't really the kids, because we was only 13. I mean, how can we fall out and break a group up? I mean,
exactly.
it was a lot of the parents
yeah.
had a lot of the influence, you know, and, you know, still to this day, I'm just happy that I stuck with it, because it's continued to bring me a lot of blessings.
Okay, so as a solo artist, you signed with Geffen.
No, I signed with Magic Johnson.
Oh, you were Magic?
Yeah, I signed with Magic Johnson Music.
Okay, that was the same label that had like Avant and stuff, right?
I had Avant and this really cool chick from Hawaii, Yasmin.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, the blue jeans.
Blue jeans.
Blue jeans
Yeah.
girl. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you solo, but you got that thing going on with Magic Johnson. How did you make that transition now to the INC? What happened there?
Just a friend of a friend of Joyce's, being a friend of Irv's, introducing us, and just going from there.
Really?
Yeah.
What was it like? I mean, obviously you know who Irv Gotti was. What was it like?
I didn't really care.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I was 7 I was 7 years in already.
Yeah.
Right.
So I didn't really care who anybody was. I just was like, just put my stuff out.
Right.
I got good stuff.
So the idea of the legacy.
See, when I met Irv, I already had an album recorded. I had Southside, I had Hey Young Girl, which both ended up becoming a single.
Your first two singles,
and maybe even 5 other joints that we put on the album. So when I met Irv, I already had about half the album completed, mixed, mastered. You know, because I brought him with me from Magic.
So the swag was official. You already knew
crazy.
what it was.
Yeah.
But I mean, even so, like just the legacy that was Murder Inc. and you now being a part of that. Any pressure at all, just to live up to that thing that was happening at the time, because you were in the middle of it.
It was just at the point in time when I went in the building, it was rather lifeless. You know, it just wasn't a lot of energy around. You know, and I just felt a void. I felt like, you know, if maybe I could fill the void. You know, maybe I could add some life to the building. You know, and get the electricity running again.
That's a good way to look at it, man.
Not necessarily like to be anyone's saving grace, but just I embraced the challenge of, you know, what I was facing.